Seeing that SDG 16 on governance and institutions is going to be under review at this year's HLPF, we thought, okay, that's a good opportunity to assess progress in this regard. So we took 136 VNRs that were submitted in the period from 2016 to 2019, and we systematically screened them for mentions of parliaments, of supreme auditing institutions, and of national human rights institutions, and the way in which these institutions are engaged in the SDG process. What we found in our analysis is that there is much room for improvement. If you look at the important role of Parliament as the representative of the people, this is still a limited degree of recognition. And then, for example, if you look at national human rights institutions, only 13% of the VNRs mention them at all. But in fact, we know from our collaboration with partners such as the Parliamentarians for the Global Goals or the Danish Institute for Human Rights, that these institutions are actually much more active in the SDG process and in a variety of different activities. And there is a gap between official government reporting and what these institutions actually do. And this means that also there is a lot of untapped potential for governments to more actively seek the involvement of parliaments, of national human rights institutions, and of supreme auditing institutions in implementing the SDGs.
Limited accountability for SDG implementation reflects a broader global trend. This trend I'm talking about is the global autocratization trend, which we observe in all world regions. This trend jeopardizes achieving SDG 16. First, the international community must protect democracy where it is at risk and support democracy where it is thriving and flourishing. Second, the Agenda 2030 is a political agenda. Its implementation goes far beyond technical questions. So holding governments, business, and also individuals accountable for achieving the goals of 2030 requires that the SDGs become part or even a substantial part of the political game in national and international policymaking, instead of being sidelined in specific sustainability communities and governance frameworks, both in developing countries and OECD countries.